Great morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 299 edition of Investdata Training Academy Live with Ambrose. I will say welcome to a mixed market across the globe and also a week of make or mark of the global financial market. Activities around the world today or this week determine how far the financial institution or financial sector of the global economy will be going, because a lot of activities is in place for this week, and that will shape where funds will flowing as a result of what the power of interest rate will determine where funds will look at. And also for those that are equity traders, I tell you, that in your market where you trade, whether there is a hike in interest rate or it's lift or pause or change or decline, it's going to be a good market for you, because those in equity market are a space of rotating to either one sector or the other, depending on where the world this interest rate swing to. But for those that are in fixed income market, I tell you, a further decline in rate will be also a kind of situation that is not too comfortable for them. Why? Because that is the only thing that drive their yield, interest rate. But for us in the market, it's good that we all have the same fundamental of the economy, where the economy will be going. Because I tell you that fundamental in any time, any market, will tell you kind of market direction, where funds are flowing, see or no volatility and all those stuff. But in this market today, where we are around the globe now, the power of interest rate as the central banks of this economy will be or this economy will be meeting this week, starting from Indonesia. No, Indonesia is meeting tomorrow, Tuesday. Like they started their own like 2 days, just like we have started today in the Nigeria CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria monetary policy is going on now. Tomorrow we'll get communicate from what the decision is all about. Also Indonesia today is also like open. Also by Wednesday we'll see for Fed also will be doing their meeting, and on Thursday the Bank of the EU Central Bank will also be meeting, and why Bank of Japan will also be meeting on Friday. You can see that this is why I said this decision that will come from all these central bank meeting will shape or give direction, or that make the financial market or break it. But I believe that at the end of the day, we'll know where we are going. But if you look at the market generally, as we speak, I said market has open mixed across the globe this hour. You see that what is happening in US today. We are seeing that US market has opened in up direction at this hour. And kudos to earnings expectation. I will tell you the corporate earnings that are coming in that domain seem to be what beating expectation, and that also line up for this week are more earnings, because I tell you they've already entered the peak of their earnings. It's just like here. Most of our companies were expected to start releasing their number today, but I believe more from Thursday, Friday and Monday next we'll see more, because I believe that most equity here, most company here, they read a lot towards the end of the month. But only one we're expecting down here this week early, either today or tomorrow, is Africa Prudential and few other. But I believe that Africa Prudential will come between now and tomorrow. These are only one I can give because of their release date. But for others, you can see that are from 28, 27. That means we can be seeing them releasing their number. But for me, what is happening in the market is that you can see that the power of earnings, like I tell you that earnings is a thing that drives what price of stock. Whether you are a long-term investor, short-term investor, a trader or investor, a technician or fundamentally, it's these earnings that change the psyche of the people, the psychology, the sentiment that you see that drive prices up and down. All that information can drive price, policy change, policy direction, new product, new management, new discovery. All this can, new order, for company to produce also order. All this can drive prices, but the one that is more consistent, that come regularly, that you can look to and also know exactly when to drive. Is why I say timing is very, very important. Know exactly when they will come and the day they will come. Also, you cannot put your trade ahead of them. By using your word, I call it trading your earnings, looking at the value area, where is stock now ahead of the earnings, then go to break out what has been the performance of the previous quarter, what is sentiment, what is the volume doing, is you at the breakout, the breakout of resistance level, is it touching the support level that I want to rebound? These are the things we look at. The pullback, is it a value pullback? You want to look at all this as a trader and investor. But what is happening in the US market is a clue that the power of earnings cannot be overemphasized in any market, because it's what drives the market. As all eyes are still on earning expectation, I will tell you that the market is not looking away from Fed decision that will be coming this week. I tell you that this week is purely for what? For central banks meeting, and that will shape the direction of where funds we're looking at. But in US, we have seen indication already before now that Fed have said, oh, they're likely to do the last hike, which is likely to come around 25 basic point, and that will be the end of what rate hike cycle for that economy. And also the data that are coming in terms of economy data that also operating that they need to also slow down, because if they're not taking, if they slow down the economy, their GDP continue in Q2 and Q4 and Q3, they might slightly go back to recession in Q4. On that, they also factoring all this in, in that domain. But the good news that, like I said, the earnings that are coming from that domain are looking good, and also even though there are some sectors that are supporting the market, and that is a good way to go. And also, like I said, the Fed action is also likely to also influence the market after the decision on Wednesday, and that also is a sign that at the end of that, that might be what the end of rate hike. But I'll tell you that what is happening in Russia and Ukraine is not helping matter. If that trend continue, don't forget that last week we saw that oil price extended like almost 4 week gain, crossing almost $81. But this hour we are seeing oil price pulling back because of fear of rate reset or rate hike or all those stuff. That's why I think that there's a kind of pullback, and despite also in the midst of output cut from some quarter, but still because of this fear of rate that has put down, oil is trading around the around the 80.75 international market as we speak now. But I believe that what is happening in Ukraine and Russia will also continue. But if the green deal that I see that Russia has also opened to Africa, that African continent, that they have rule of can really increase to them, while Ukraine also doing with the with the Western world household that, but these are things that we need to manage. If this is not managed well, you can see that inflation can likely also come back in mature economy, which also other developing countries are not left out. If anything change again, it's going to also trigger down. But I believe that if they're able to manage it and also make sure that the mature economy come together, that peace reign in these two countries, so that at the end of the day, the global economy will find a direction, and that also trickle down to individual domain. But these are the things that also shaping the market as we speak, as well as on the policy decision. And also we see that big companies like Twitter is also rebranding. Austin is rebranding. Also we saw one of the how call it into industrial activities that produce t-shirt, and also were given an order in Japan also to produce order more demand, like order have given. That's what have triggered. So numbers that are coming from Philip, one of the healthcare company, and also in Asia has also shaped the kind of activities in England. Sorry, shaped activities in that kind of company. But see, the number they put there was better than expected. But because the focus that China has also expanded their healthcare technology, that's also affecting the focus for the full year. You can see how earnings also can change, an investor sentiment, and this is also something that's playing out around this, market as we speak. But in Asia stock market, as we said, most of the indexes there has opened green today. We see them inching up despite as I see on outcome of most of the central bank decision this week. Asia stock slightly they're up today, as Japan stocks also were up as a result of what strong the quarterly earnings that also were released to the market from the big companies in that domain, even as I see what on Fed. Despite that Chinese economy has slowed down in growth, but as I see that more stimulus are being pushed out from the government there to make sure that this economy rebound and also change perception. These are the things that support the market. Even when I put slightly this morning, we are seeing that also some companies, especially in Japan, have also supported that the domain, and the indices. I believe that these companies are also supporting them because they posted a good number, especially from the auto manufacturing companies in Japan. The earnings that came from these auto companies were positive. From Mitsubishi and others that operator saw a good number that also have helped to support. I said earnings is one of the good things that market feed on. When you see it coming out, it has the work of shaping the market. That is why we are not left behind here in Africa. Africa is having a mixed market, but I tell you, Nigeria market at this hour is a bit flat, as some people are taking profit in some stocks, whilst some are taking position ahead of more earnings. As for all eyes are still on this high profile numbers to hit the market, down here, that will change the face of the market. But if you look at what is happening in Europe will not be left behind. But Europe, as I tell you now, is also in the southward direction. That's why I say it's a mixed trend in the world, the market. Europe is looking down, as also the potential manager index that were released, in Germany, show a great disappointment figure. That is why we are seeing also even earnings are coming, but because of that basic macroeconomic data that came. I see that there's also kind of some missentiment in the market. That's why we are seeing that European stocks or indices are what are down at this hour. Like I mentioned, sorry, like I said, Philippe, no, Philippe, one of the healthcare company or no healthcare technology company that posted a good number, but because of the focus of China saying that yes, they are self sufficient for healthcare technology related, and that's also affecting the full year forecast. But despite that, they outperform their forecast for second quarter. That's also weighing down. And that's in that domain, Europe, we saw that the airlines there also, one airline company, the Rema airline, has also posted a positive number, saying that the activities they have been is more than above above pandemic level. It says that you can see no activities coming back, and that has the work driven down to us here. When I said that if we reposition our portfolio to service company like a NACO, SACO, Cabaton, the Edes for a reason, because I tell you, during the previous year, 19, a lot of fear, people know that, but now, there's all restrictions that have been taken away from China. All you can see that activities are also increased. And I said in this class that about 2 years ago, there's a company and also in India that ordered for almost 500 and 500 aircraft, and that is the highest so far this year. Before then was around 485. You can see that people are trying to expand their business because they see that people are also even going out to do more business. Even when with the use of technology has come for on Zoom, but there are activities in that. There are some businesses and activities that you cannot do on Zoom, and this is also boosting. And for tourism and all those stuff, I think that is why that industry we need to also put our eyes there. But I believe that that is what is happening. Like I said, that the EU and the what's it called, ECB and the Fed will also be hiking their rate, and that will be the last for Fed. And why this is taken to the last for ECB? We believe that all this will shape the market, and that at the end of the day, we'll know where the market will be. But if we come to Africa, as I've said, after Africa is missed, we are seeing that our market here is slightly flat or red just because of what profit taking, which is part of the market. But the good thing that we are seeing position taking in some good stuff, relaxing and waiting for another trigger, just like when the result of FBN holding did the market trigger, more eyes are still on such high profile companies to reach their number, but as we see more market to react to it. But for me, there's no cause for alarm, as we speak now, because market is still doing what it's expected to do at this point. That means every investor in the market, you should know why you're in the market and also trade your plan. Don't be tossed up and down by market wave or market direction. You know why you're in the market, and this is the time for you to position your portfolio, especially as any season comes closer. You need to be in the stock before the number hit the market. Now they are coming closer, all eyes will be what is the volume activities in that stock where you are positioned, what is the perception, as to speak. Just like I said earlier, as MPC meeting is going on right here in Nigeria, the possibility of hike is very, 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 very small. While the possibility of unchanged or pause is very high, because what is happening in the liquidity space. We saw report from liquidity for 1 month as jump up. We saw the fact sharing almost a 1.9 trillion. We saw activities coming here and there. Cost of living has gone high. Inflation is high. I believe that after applying your technical analysis and fundamental and equity, what we say the thing, the next one you apply is patient. That also what this committee will be doing now. We are seeing all this reform. A2 monetary people are adjusting some activities. There are some of their instruments to suit what the fiscal authority wants. And that way, you need to give a little time to see what will come out of the. That is why it is first MPC meeting for the quarter. We have another MPC meeting coming up in September. I think this is time to watch and see. Before then, coming in, you can now do adjustment up and down, and that is what I expect to the board. If there's anything in any direction, I will tell you equities market remain, especially as any season is around the corner. We are seeing more number coming. And this number hit big expectation. We see that the outcome of the MPC meeting, either the hike or not, will not affect the market much because all eyes on the number and we see liquidity coming to the market because inflation has put most of the other instruments in red. No matter what is happening, that will be the attraction for now and flow because you as a trader investor don't be carried away with the activities. You know why we're in the stock, and once you achieve the target, you know exactly what to do, and also keep your eyes in the market. That we trader investor can invest and go to bed, but we trader need to watch the market to see where the sentiment is flowing, what direction, so that you can act quickly to protect your capital. That is why as you are entering, you should have your stop loss. If you have your buy range, your stop loss, your profit target. Once you see the market go against you, before you go below your stop loss or you touch your stop loss, you need to exit so that you can protect your capital to trade other stock. very, very important at this hour. Yes, coming back to see what is happening in the market. Yes, before we look at that, the few results that came to the market, I want to look just I've checked only just one that I know that I've not discussed. We discussed about the first bank last Friday, but today I want to quickly look at what has happened to the number that were raised by Japan. Is this number impressive? Is it a clue to where Japan is going? I would tell you yes, it's a clue. But like I said earlier, this government will also want to kind of boost the revenue for the government. That means the mining industry was to be reformed and kind of reform will come at activities. But for Japan to be positioned in that sector, I think it's a good thing for them. Gold is a big business, if they handle it well, and if that is achieved, this is a company for those that are looking for for penny stock to go in. Yes, if this number is sustained, that's why this is the first one. I say the first one, Q1 was say signal, Q2 again, let's Q3. Then you might not be expecting bonus, dividend, but as the company continue to come out from their woe for their past bad performance, it's a clue. And don't forget that it's a day that nothing change in anywhere. If this year will be the year for them to come out, that would be plus for Japan. But looking at the number that we look by Japan, I will tell you this number is very, very impressive. And for me, I can't conclude, but want to see the second, the third quarter to see a build up on this. But if you look at the turnover, for me, it's a good one from 112.46 million to 1.86 billion. You can see that it really a turnaround. If this is sustained, you can see that the business has started finding direction. And also PAT from a negative of 400 and that change is about 1,500 and above. That's why I mentioned the change in terms of that. But knowing that it moved from 112.46 million to say that 1.8 billion, can see the margin, can see what I'm saying. But PAT also that does not maintain a positive trend from a negative position it had in the previous period in 2022. We are seeing that having about from 400 negative 426.63 million to 587.1 million in 2023. That is a good one. We're talking about 237.6% in the green, coming from a negative position. That is a good sign. But sustainability is what we are looking at to see. And that's what translates to a 9 kobo any per share against a negative 7 kobo any per share in 2022. And if you look at also the profit margin, yes, this is a good one. Profit margin about 31.72% for 2023. This quarter, the last 6 months, that is good. But if you compare it to a negative about 307.9, can see that there's a sign here. But I think if you want to play this, we have to play with caution because one, there's volume coming out of it, but most time you must know what kind of investor you want to be. Are you going to buy and go and see that all these earnings improving? But if you're a trader, you have to also time the right time to pay in this job. But this number is a signal that where the company is coming out from. Also, the operating cash flow for Japan moved from a negative position of 172.83 million in 2022 to 62.12 million. That means a positive one now from a negative position to positive, which is a good sign that business generating income that support the running of the business. That means I tell you, when you see a company that operating cash flow is positive and looking up, let's say that the possibility of that earnings is high. But when they are looking in opposite direction, it's a matter of time. But now we're seeing that the earnings is coming back gradually, and also we're seeing that the operating cash flow has moved from a negative to a positive position. Let's see what the Q3 will look like. That will say where Japan is going. For those that are in Japan, for those that are entering at this price, yes, there's no cost for that, but you have to know why you're there. Don't be greedy, know when to take profit, and also if you want to wait for the company to recover from all this trend at the end of the year, fine. It depends on what of your investment objective. That is for that. For quick one, we want to go to the market now. Yes, our market was slightly red before, but as we speak now, the market has turned green on the Nigeria Stock Exchange at this hour, which is also a plus for us in the market. I told you that it started slightly on a pullback. It went up, but now you can see that it has bounced back again because of increasing activities in the market. Market is doing 65,026.71, up by 23.32 basic point, about 0.04% as we speak now. 0.04% as we speak now in the green, which is a good one. But if you look at the top gainers, we want to look at the top gainers now and the top losers and the top top trade. Not comparing it because the figures netted was a bit somehow this morning. But if you look at the top losers as we speak now, I think that the KJR Hotel is leading the top losers with 10% down, followed by Abebe Building, well, I see also that must was also there. You can see Chip, PSC, and the Computer Warehouse Group, which is the CWG. These are the top losers as we speak now. But if you look at the gainers, you can see that the life of FTN Cocoa, after pulling back as a result of bad results, was seen coming back gradually this morning. It's coming back powerfully with a 10% gain after dropping from almost a 3 something to almost a below 2, around 2 naira, from almost a 340, 360. You can see that the power of earnings when but now we're seeing the sentiment that's found a level. This morning we're seeing that the stock is stabilizing, gaining 10%, followed by the GSK. GSK is also doing a 10% in the green, followed by Lasaco. You can see NASCOM also 10%, and the University Press. These are the top gainers right away as we speak. The banking stocks are not left behind. Also, if you look at the activity chart this morning, I'll tell you that the financial sector, especially the banking stock, dominate what the top gainer. I'll tell you that because of the volume and also the visibility and marketability of that sector, also their consistency in delivering, especially those that has the history of entry dividend paying, and also those that has a full year. On this, you can see that activities in that sector has also improved. Recently, with this earnings that came from FBN Holding as also a trigger, and also other factor that has also supported their performance. But seeing that FBN Holding is also leading on that top trading with 157.2 billion shares traded so far at 21 naira 20 kobo right now, and UP also almost 1470, 36.7 million shares traded. FBNB SCMB is also doing 680, 24.8 million shares traded. Fidelity is doing 791 kobo, also 16.2 million shares traded. And lastly, we are seeing the Sterling Bank or Sterling NG also at 3 naira 90 kobo, 13.8 million shares traded. These are the activities in the market right away now. But want to shift to the chart to look at. But today payment is expected from payment in terms of corporate action. We're expected to see payment from Airtel Africa, from MC Miko, and the Ikeja Hotel. These are coming to us for payment that also provide liquidity for those in that stock to also increase their position, especially as we expect to see their numbers, and those also that have ready to release their first quarter, especially life of we expect to see the first quarter of Airtel Africa. These are the things that will bring that also to support the market when it comes to the market. Yes, also if you look at the chart now, like I always tell you that when we're looking at the chart any day, anytime, in any market you are trading either FS, you are trading cryptocurrency, you are trading a bond, you are trading equity or future, anything you are trading, because they move, prices move up and down. You want to know where the direction of the market first before you pin it to individual stock. You need to understand where the direct market is going, because I said it this last that I tell you 50% of the market direction also influence price movement of all the other stuff. I mean, if the market is going up, you're going to drag some stuff up, it's also going down. Also, what is happening in a sector has about 30% influence on price, and why the company performance, other earnings or activities has about 20% influence. You can see how price of stocks are shaped or how they are moved. How they move. You need to understand all this also again. But if you look at the market now, this chart here, you can see that our market has already tell us that this also market is making higher highs now after pulling back, and see it's going up. But here we're seeing almost like a cross. After coming down, we saw that market has come back to green again. I can see that it has changed green before it was red. Now we're seeing the market turning green. Good for me, it's a good one. But if you look at this, if we take this this arrow here, you can see that that take this top here and take a little down here. Now you can see that touch here. That means market, so you can see that this is a downtrend we are seeing now. This trend line is looking down. I see that when it break out here, you need to also cover up here. Now this is the highest that market touch, 66 that I tested, it pulled back. Now it has crossed 65 up. Once it break out this level, I mean between here and it's another market to hit before another all-time high will continue with activity. But if you also look at the what we call we are running a chart here to see what is happening. We're also seeing a what we call a descending triangle, not ascending. This descending triangle is also, or not a triangle, this is what we call a cyclical triangle. Cyclical triangle in technical analysis tells you that the stock is set to break out either up or down. Put also, you can see the red line now. This is a bullish signal in technical analysis. If you're looking at your chart, therefore, me, it's a sign that we're likely to see a breakout to confirm an uptrend. But you can see where it is now. We're already crossing the line here. For me, it's a good sign that the market is still going to maintain an uptrend, and with the prices feeding on what on earnings, and if the earnings beat expectation, this trend will continue in that regard. For me, it's a good one for the market. These are the things we need to know when we are trading any stock, to know exactly where the market is going. It's very, very important at any given time. I'm not surprised that the market is going out this morning, because I tell you, market feed on these numbers, and that's why I say it's better that when you are reacting to earnings or market news or earnings news, you need to understand that it won't last, especially if there's liquidity and expectation. You can see that 2 days now that are now, but the first bank was out of Friday, today is up again. It depends on how liquidity level. You might see in a bull market that earnings report can take a price off for 5 days, 4 days, but in a bear market can be only for 2 days. But because of liquidity and expectation from this industry, you can see that might also push FBN holding up. But as more results come, that will change the face of the market. For me, there's no cause for that. Quick one, want to look at the different time frame to know the momentum behind the market. Before we do that, let me quickly call up the indicators that we need, because it's very, very important to combine your indicator and price action for clear direction, so that at the end of the day you make informed decision. We want to call up our Bolliger Bank this morning. So this Bolliger Bank for our discussion this morning. Here I can see Bolliger Bank. Then we'll take on our T line and money flow. These are the ones we're going to use. We are not using market today. Let's use only today money flow and what and our T line. Yeah. Our T line, we change it to what, to our normal 8. Yes, I would like to change this line of this T line to something else, so that we'll get it there. Since the blue one is there, let's change this line to black. I would like the T line to change to black. Okay, that's changed to black. So you can get the difference between the T line and the line of the Bolliger Band. Yes, if you look at this Bolliger Band now, this a day chart we're looking. You can see what has happened. Market is set to continue. Yes, it has come back to break out what it closed there yesterday. On Friday, sorry, but you can see that the market is sitting above the 65,000 index. And money flow this morning, you can see it has performed towards almost trading to around 84.96 money flow, which is point. It says okay, yes, that is a good sign that where it's going this morning. Fund is still entering the market. Like I told you that where you see liquidity in the market is about what to go up. But let's look at 1 hour chart for the market before we go to individual stock time parameters. If you look at your 1 hour chart, you can see that your political band telling us that market is still above what the average here, which is on the upside down. And so that rule that when you see the price touching political band or upper political band, it's a sign to sell. You can see the market has maintained that but when it touched the lower political band for you to buy. But now it has now start trading on the 1 hour chart. But for me, there's still potential. That's why I said you want to look at it trading above the T line. T line is the black one. You can see the blue ones are the line for the upper political band and the lower political band. Why the standard deviation of the band is this red one, with about 20 days moving average. But as we speak now, you can see that market is above the T line, even above the 20 days moving average. You can see it here, but then you can see strong flow about 96 on the 1 hour. Quick one, look at the 15 minutes before I check the 5 minutes, so that we can move to another stuff. On the 15 minutes chart, you can see that the market is still very, you can see that activities are started slowing down. This is a rate, and you can see it here. After it slowed down, you can see that the market was slowing down before a boom here, breakout here, and that was around that May. You can see that you can see this boom here up. And here coming down again. We're trying to see another breakout. Let's try looking at Bolliger Band to see where activities is slowing down before another boom will come to the market, another strong breakout. That's why I said this any season as it comes to turn the face of the market. And also 15-minute chart. I see that 15-minute chart market is trading flat on the T line, not below the T line, you can see, but slightly below the 20 days moving average on the 15-minute chart. But still, let's take it back across on the market. For me, the market is not very badly. Let's see what we can get for the market now. Quick one, let's look at what is happening in FBNH. What is the strength of the stock now? F FBNH. What is the strength of the stock now? Will it continue on this trend? You want to know right away. If you look at activities of 15 minutes chart, you can see what is happening there. You can see that it's trading above the T line, now above also the 20-minute average. Activity is going down here. But quickly look at the 1 hour chart for the stock. 1 hour chart, for you can see, yes, it is crossed above the polygon band, and we are seeing a sign of profit taking here. But this stock has touched almost 22 today. You can see that it's now coming around 21 something. From you can see it here, profit taking and money flow. Now this is 1 hour chart. I tell you that once people are trying to take profit from the stock, also knowing that this is just Q2 number, and this company does not have a policy of a 3 dividend. That it's possible that people are taking profit to position for those that will pay 3 dividend, and which is not out of point. Look at the chart for FBN holding. You can see it here. After touching this level, you can see where it is now for a day. You can see that it is strong polygon band again. That is where it tested the upper wall. That's why I'm bringing it up. So it helps you to know when to take profit in this stocks. Polygon band is another simple way of knowing when to buy and when to sell. You can see that here it touched it, profit taking. You can see the sign already, and that might be good. Money flow on it is very strong, around the 95 for for the stock. Let's quickly look at another stock here. Let's take UBA and see what is happening in UBA. I'm still looking at the time, but let's see what time can we have about 3 minutes left now. Let's see what UBA have now in terms of momentum behind it. UBA also have tested the polygon band on a day chart, so you can see today up was because by it attended 1534 this morning. Tested it before calling back to around the almost 1460 15 naira. That's what we're seeing around the price now. But money flow is also very encouraging, even though it's looking at like around the 75. But it's trading above the T line. You can see it here, see where the stock is. Quickly look at the 1 hour chart for the stock. Look at 1 hour chart for the stock. Let's try to okay. 1 hour chart, the symbol is not changing on 1 hour chart. But on 15 minutes, you can see on that it's always below 20 days moving average. I can see that it's also flat on the T line, the black line here on 15 minutes chart, which is also good for the stock. Let's also quickly, as it is now, let's look for one stock before we run, before our time is spent. Let's look at what is happening in E-Transat or NACO. But let's look at E-Transat, what is happening in E-Transat as we speak now. Let's now go to the last for today. For the E-Transat, let's see what is happening there. Let's see what is happening for E-Transat. This E-Transat Lagos, you can see the stock now. This is what on the 15-minute chart. You can see that the stock is still no profit taking, has hit the stock now. Much, but let's see, still around the 1040 now to speak. But above the T line, as we look at this, above the T line where it is now, well, there's already a sign, and this for 15 minutes. If we look at 1 hour chart, what is happening to the stock? On 1 hour stock, the stock is resisting decline. Even when it pulled back to around below 10 naira, it has gone back to 1040 again after touching almost 11 this morning again. You can see the stock, what is happening there. But let's look at the day chart for E-Transat before we call it a day. E-Transat, you can see that it's forming this kind of a strong resistance we are seeing. Try to sellers try to break it down, but buyers are picking up, are pushing it up. Stock that touched almost like I said 11 this morning, but it's coming back around the 1040 now. Also, it has touched as lost almost 958 or 59 before this price. Let's see, my money flow is all looking up slightly to see, and the volume traded is not much, about 1.02 million share traded so far. Let's keep our finger crossed in the market. On this note, I'll say thank you, as all eyes and all on the more earnings to shape the market as we look forward to see them. On this note, I'll say thank you. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. Bye.